we've got your attention. Let the games begin. Game cartridges assembling. Greetings. Game loading. Mind your fingers. Keep working, you rust buckets. Uh-oh. I thought I fixed this. You know, I could have been a doctor, I could have been a mechanic. Ugh, revolting slob.
You know, we can learn a thing or two from even the most peculiar people. Today, for example, the revolting slob is going to read us a poem.
Yeah?
Wonderful. What is it called?
The dead fly.
How original. Let's hear it.
The dead fly does not fly 'cause I swatted it.
Well, it's not Shakespeare, but it's got a certain something. Is the revolting slob A, reciting, B, receding, or C, reciprocating? The answer is A, reciting, which means to repeat from memory or read aloud.
Dead fly does not fly because I swat.
Oh, goodness! That's not a very nice thing to do, especially after such lovely poetry. Oh, my word! Hide the pets! He's on a roll. Now, is this kind of behavior A, unpronounceable, B, unprintable, or C, unpardonable? The correct answer is C, unpardonable, meaning actions that are absolutely unacceptable. Gesundheit. Oh, you know it's impolite to sneeze into your hand and then dine on the contents. Such behavior is really quite A, disintegrated, B, discourteous, or C, dispersed. The correct answer is B, discourteous, which is really a polite way of saying rude. Rude, rude, rude. Well then, let's review.
The dead fly does not fly.
The revolting
'cause I
slob is
swatted
reciting a lovely poem. Such rude behavior is unpardonable. Not to mention discourteous. Oh, and by the way, disintegrated means broken into little itsy-bitsy pieces. No slobs, cats, or flies were harmed in the filming of this show.
Game time in 10 seconds. Greetings. Game cartridge loading. Check. Next game up. Distraction news.
And now, Distraction News with your anchor person, Dora Smarmy.
Good evening. I'm Dora Smarmy, and welcome to Distraction News, where we give you the news, and at the end of our newscast, I will ask you 5 questions about what I've reported. So make sure you're not distracted. Tonight, we investigate internationally as we look into the United Nations. The United Nations, or UN, was formed in 1945 to promote world peace. Although the United Nations building is located in New York City, the land is not part of the United States. It has its very own internationally zoned land. The General Assembly, which can discuss any world problem, includes every single member country in the United Nations. The 15 members of the Security Council discuss matters of peace and security. And when there is need to send UN soldiers into the field, they are supplied with blue helmets so as to identify them as peacekeepers. The chief officer of the UN is the Secretary General, and he or she is elected for a 5-year term. So, we've just presented a world of knowledge. I wonder just how much attention you've been paying to it. Well, I guess we'll just have to see, won't we? Here goes. The United Nations was formed to promote world music, world war, or world peace. The answer is world peace. Every member of the UN is represented in the General Motors, General Assembly, or General Washington. The answer is General Assembly. The group that discusses peace and security is called the Security Council, the Peace and Security Council, or the World Wrestling Federation Council. The answer is the Security Council. A UN soldier is fitted with an orange ski cap, a blue helmet, or a nice comfortable pair of slippers. The answer is a blue helmet. And lastly, the United Nations is built on United States land, Never Never Land, or its very own land. The answer is its very own land. So, did you get all 5? If you did, you may be ready to help the UN promote peace in your very own neighborhood. But no matter what you do, don't ever let anything distract you from watching Distraction News. So long.
This has been Distraction News with your favorite cardboard cutout anchor person, Dora Smarmy.
Game time in 10 seconds. Next game up, mug shots.
My name's Verity. I bust bad guys. You want to help? Come on in. We got 4 suspects pinned down. 3 of them are guilty. Listen to their stories and spot the mistakes. The ones that lie did the crime. Today we're interviewing 4 performers from the Dingaling Brothers Circus. 3 of them pulled off a daredevil robbery of an armored car yesterday. Remember, only one of these clowns is telling the truth. The other 3 are lying. Speaking of clowns, first up, Buttons Ha Ha.
You're joking, Verity! I was rehearsing for my new act as a one-man band. I play the kazoo, the bassoon, and the caboose.
How does that sound to you? Are the kazoo, the bassoon, and the caboose all musical instruments? Let's move on to Pex Armstrong, the circus strongman.
You can't strong-arm me, detective. Yesterday, I was bending metal bars with my pinkies. Let's see, I used titanium, terrarium, and aluminum.
That's quite impressive, Pex. But are those all metals? Now it's the Russian trapeze artist, Ivana Flipova.
Verity, darling, I'm innocent. I just flew back from Mother Russia this morning. That's Russia, as in the largest country in the world.
Hey, I could look that good too, if I had that face and that figure. But is Russia really the biggest country in the world? Finally, there's Gilberto Whiplash, the one-armed lion tamer.
I didn't knock over an armored car yesterday.
I was picking out sheep's wool because I'm knitting my mama a cashmere sweater.
One-arm knitting. He must be good. But does cashmere really come from sheep? Well, just like I figured, each criminal all but confessed. Did you spot the mistakes?
I play the kazoo, the bassoon, and the caboose.
Buttons is gonna be one sad clown. A caboose isn't a musical instrument. It's the last car on a freight train.
I was bending metal bars with my pinkies. Let's see, I used titanium, terrarium, and aluminum.
The only thing Armstrong was bending was the truth. A terrarium isn't a metal. It's a tank where you keep plants and small animals.
I was picking out sheep's wool because I'm knitting my mama a cashmere sweater.
You'll have time to knit sweaters for the whole family where you're going. Cashmere comes from a special kind of goat, not sheep. Bye-bye, Whiplash.
That's Russia, as in the largest country in the world.
Ivana's not just another pretty face. And she's not lying either. Russia really is the biggest country in the world. She just better stay away from my boyfriend, or there's one trapeze artist who's headed for a fall.
Next game coming up. Gate quality under control. Here we are.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of Here We Are! As we follow the adventures of two lost ears trying to find their place in the world. So, here we go!
Hello? Hey! Who's this? It's me! What are you doing? I'm calling you on my earphone. Oh, you want to play? You betcha! Okay, what is this sound? A very careless woodpecker. No! Let me hear it again. It's a man breaking a board with his head. No, it's a man hitting his thumb with a hammer. As if I didn't know. So, where are we? Next clue. Let me hear it again. It's two people talking about the weather. What? Only you can't hear them because of the jackhammers. Correct. All right, here's your last clue. A pack of male chauvinist pigs insensitively showing their appreciation for an attractive woman. Correct. Politically correct, even. So, where do you hear men hurting themselves with tools? Men hurting our ears with tools? And men whistling. They're all sounds you hear at a construction site! And I think they're building a haunted house. Why? Because that's a construction worker's ghost. And he's coming this way!
That concludes today's episode of Here We Are! And we are out of here!
and friends. This here's Captain Bob with a different kind of cool running. I can't get back to my beautiful home in Jamaica because I'm stuck in this tank. No worries, man. I got me Rasta sub and me dreads swinging to the music. Look at this.
Can you help Captain Bob? He's jamming in his soul.
Okay, here's the deal. Now I'm gonna show you 3 things. And you gotta tell me what they all got in common. But you gotta do it before the water runs out of my tank. Let's go, gang. We gotta get jamming.
Use your eyes, use your brain before his crews go down the drain.
Like I said, we got 3 things. We got muscles, the truth, and the rubber band. What do they all have in common? Quick, the level's dropping. Muscles, the truth, and the rubber band. We're almost at the bottom, man. Do you see it now? You're all things you stretch. Ain't that ripping? You can stretch your muscles, you can stretch the truth, and you can stretch your rubber band. Now this is fun. Next clue.
Before all Bob hits the bottom, find what these 3 got in common.
What's this now? We got a moose, a clown, and a car. Can you figure out what ties them all together? Dig hard. The water's already running away. Come on, people. You got a moose, a clown, and a car. Hurry! That drain big lagging. Time's up, man. You're all things with horns. Beep, beep. Ain't that something to play with? A moose has got horns, a clown has a horn, and the car has a horn. Well, that's it for today. Join me in me take next time for another round.
We have Captain Bob. Now he's jamming in his song.
Professor Rocket is blasted off, and prepare yourself for a delicious banquet of Psycho Math! Don't worry, children. It looks dangerous, but it actually feels all right. Now, here's how Psycho Math works. I'll show you an equation, but instead of numbers, I will show you some pictures. Now listen up. You figure out what numbers the pictures stand for and solve the problem. Are you ready? Then let's do some Psycho Math! Okay. Let's start with the number of amendments in the Bill of Rights. My favorite amendment, the freedom of speech. Blah, blah, blah. Then add it to the number of suits in a deck of cards. I heart playing cards. Yes, kids, Professor Rocket has a vulnerable sweet side. But not when I'm doing Psycho Math. Then divide it by James Bond's number. He's the man, baby. Okay, now, you got the answer? You take the 10 amendments in the Bill of Rights, add it to the 4 suits in a deck of playing cards, divided by the number 007, which is really just 7 for James Bond. Boom. James Bond. And the answer is 2. 2. Now you're doing the Psycho Math. Now, let's get ready for the next one. The number of the Apollo mission that had all the unlucky trouble. Don't tell me you don't know, fool, because they made a movie about it. Plus the number of countries that border the United States. Then take away the number of calories in a glass of water. That glass of water sure makes me thirsty. But not for water, for knowledge. Now, have you solved it? we got the number 13 for the Apollo mission, plus the 2 countries that border the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Minus 0 calories in water, which all comes to 15. 15. That number is so hot, I'm burning up. Okay, here's the final one. You ready? You better be ready because the rocket is about to blast off. Take the number of consonants, not the vowels, just the consonants, and include the Y. Then subtract the number of blank strikes in your out. By the way, Professor Rocket never strikes out in baseball. Why? Because I'm the scorekeeper, that's why. Plus the number of black balls in a game of pool. What you get? Let's wrap it up. There are 21 consonants, minus 3 strikes and you're out, plus 1 black ball in pool, my favorite, the 8 ball, equals 19. 19. You're leading me. Now scooch along, because Professor Rocket has to make up future psychomath. That's right, children. Psychomath does not grow out of the ground. It goes out of my head. Professor Rocket's out.
Watch your backs. Coming through, coming through. Greetings. Next game on the way. Word shake. Word shake.
Hello, bonjour! I'm very excited today! We're going to be mixing up some word shakes. It's a little tricky because I have a strong French accent. Okay, what do you get when you put together the letter C and the letter L? The letter C and the letter L. You know this is easy. The letter C and the letter L is a cute little animal. Have you got it yet? C-L? C-L! C-L! Oh, this is fun, no? Okay, let's go again. Oh, you will love this one. I know I do. What you get when you put together when you get a shock from the electricity and when you are late for school is good, no? We put them in the pot and up they go. A shock from electricity and when you are late for school. The answer is a yummy treat for you and me. I bet you know it now. Chocolate! 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 Oh, it's my favorite! It makes me so dreamy! Okay, what do you get when you put together something shiny and new with something old and dull? Okay, we put them in the pot. We throw them in the air. Something new and something dull. Oh, you know this one now? It's not so hard. Is a noodle. Noodle. Oh no, I make myself very hungry. And now it is time for the super duper finale, la pièce de résistance. What you get when you put together a honeybee, a key for your house, and your knobby knee. I give you an hint, okay? It's a kind of swimsuit. It's very skimpy. One more time. A honeybee, a key for your house, and your knobby knee. It's not so tough. Have I got you now? Bikini! 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 Oh, bikini! Oh, I cracked myself up! I think I'm going to collapse! I don't think I can do anymore! I'm finished! I can't speak! Merci beaucoup! Au revoir!
Hey guys, check it out. Here's Paige and Sage. They're like identical twins, and they even look alike. Anyway, even though they like totally look alike, if you totally scoot up to the screen real close, you'll see 10 differences on each side of the picture. Today, they're in a diner. Think you can find the differences? Awesome. You got 60 seconds.
So clueless. Whatever.
Forks and knives down. You think you got them all? Like, I'll be the judge of that. So, like their bar stools and clocks are different, Sage's display case has cake and Paige's has turkey legs. The pictures are different, and so are the menu boards. Purses, square, and round. Paige is eating fries, and Sage has Mondo greasy onion rings. Sage's jukebox plays CDs, and Paige's plays records. Their skirts are different, but cool. And check out the cooks. Paige's is a guy, and Sage's is an alligator. Whatever. So, like, I think I gotta go have a calorie feast. Vegetarian natch, except for the steak. Gotta go. Ciao.
Greetings. Time for Crashbox Rewind, where we flash back through the show and remind you how smart you really are.
We got the number of the Apollo mission that had all the unlucky trouble. Plus the 2 countries that border the United States, Canada and Mexico. Minus 0 calories and water, which all comes to 15. 15.
We got muscles, the truth, and the rubber band. What do they all have in common? You're all things you stretch. Ain't that ripping?
The United Nations, or UN, was formed in 1945 to promote world peace. Although the United Nations building is located in New York City, the land is not part of the United States. It has its very own internationally zoned land.
Let's review.
The dead fly does not fly.
The revolting
'cause I
slob is
swat it.
reciting a lovely poem. Such rude behavior is unpardonable. Not to mention discourteous.
Well, that's it for now. See you next time.